Round of applause. Thanks for joining us today evening for what is going to be a stimulating and thoughtful discussion on a timely topic. I am Shal Kumar. I am the co-organizer of this event and MC. I spent over 5 years at UC Berkeley in administration. It's a pleasure to be here today again. Political landscape. Can the Aam Aadmi Party be a game changer in India? It is fitting that this thought-provoking topic on the Aam Aadmi Party is being hosted at UC Berkeley. UC Berkeley is one of the premier research universities in India, well, in the world. It has a long tradition of excellence, innovation, liberal thinking, and civic engagement. There are many reasons that make UC Berkeley special. One of the key reasons is its students. Bright, hardworking, intellectually curious, and engaged. Thus, it would not come as a surprise to you today that today's program is co-sponsored by Indian students and Asha for Education Berkeley. Coincidentally, Asha was born in UC Berkeley in 1991. Could all the volunteers here who helped bring this program together stand up? And there are two here. One is here. Let's give them a hand of two. Asha for Education is a non-profit organization dedicated towards catalyzing socio-economic change in India through the provision of education to underprivileged children. Currently, Asha Berkeley funds a variety of projects that serves different populations, from the street children in Delhi to the children of migrant laborers in Madhya Pradesh to children of prostitutes in Uttar Pradesh. Now I'd like to invite two leaders of this organization to say a few words. Meghna Ishwarappa is the chapter coordinator and Sridevi Prasad is the project coordinator of Asha. Both are juniors at UC Berkeley and are majoring in molecular and cell biology. Meghna and Sridevi.
Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the introduction. As he said, I'm Sridevi, this is Meghna. We are part of Asha for Education. Currently, we're supporting 6 projects, which we'd like to tell you about.
So one of the projects is called the Avantika Vidya Bhavan. It's in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, and it helps provide education to the children of migrant day laborers. Another project is called Jangat, and it helps provide education and vocational skills to street children in Delhi. And yet another project is called Little Stars, and it's for children of the slums in Varanasi.
Our next 2 projects are Mer Sahara, which is in Uttar Pradesh. It also serves children of migrant laborers and day laborers. And our second last project is Udayan Care. Udayan Care is in Delhi, and this past summer we actually helped 50 girls attend a tuition center for their board exams. And then,
every year we do a fundraiser. It's Asha-wide. It's called Work an Hour. And what we do here is we ask donors to symbolically work an hour towards providing education by donating an hour's worth of their salary.
So this year, Asha has nominated one of our biggest and longest running projects, Gudiya. Gudiya works in Varanasi and Mount Uttar Pradesh, primarily in the red light districts. Gudiya seeks to end child prostitution and forced second-generation prostitution through the provision of education. Currently, we're looking to fundraise to build a new non-formal shelter in Mount Uttar Pradesh. If you'd like to help us, please come by our table. We're right there in the middle. We have flyers, want to learn more about what Asha does on campus, the events we hold, and the projects we support. Please come talk to either of us. Thank you.
Thanks Meghna and Sridevi. I commend you and Asha for the wonderful work that you do and the contributions you're making to the society. I would also like to acknowledge our community partners, the Center for South Asia Studies at UC Berkeley. I don't think their members are here, but I think some of the faculty members are here, so a round of applause. It is time to start the panel discussion. After the panel discussion and question and answers with you, there will be book signing with Gurcharan Das. We have assembled a great panel. We have an India-based public intellectual who has been a successful corporate executive and now is a successful author and a respected thought leader. We have 2 Silicon Valley-based serial entrepreneurs Both are leaders in various Indian professional organizations, IITians, and are supporters of Aam Aadmi Party. And we have a world-renowned Sanskrit scholar who is also an expert in Vedic texts. I know the panelists personally and know that we can look forward to an engaging, insightful, and thoughtful discussion. It is my pleasure to introduce Professor Robert Goldman, who will moderate this session. He's a professor of Sanskrit and Catherine and William Magistretti, distinguished professor in South and Southeast Asian Studies at UC Berkeley. His areas of scholarly interest include Sanskrit literature and literary theory, Indian epic studies, and psychoanalytically oriented cultural studies. He is perhaps best known for his work as a director, journal editor, and principal translator of a massive and fully annotated translation of the critical edition of the Valmiki Ramayana. His work has been recognized by several awards and fellowships, including election as a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Most recently, he has been honored by the President of India as the 2013 awardee of the President's Certificate of Honor for Sanskrit. He is a long-time resident of India, a keen observer in India's culture and society. A side note which might interest many of you, he has been studying and teaching Sanskrit for close to 50 years. Please welcome a friend of India and my friend, Professor Goldman.
Thank you for that very fulsome introduction, Chad, and I wish you had mentioned the 50-year part. But, I'd like to also thank Shao for his role in organizing this, and especially thank Asha for education and our very fine and activist students here at UC Berkeley, particularly Sridevi and Meghna, whom we met earlier, and the other panelists here, whom I will be introducing. Several people have this afternoon tactfully asked me, what are you doing here? As a Sanskrit scholar involved in this, and I of course would come in any case because I'm quite interested in the subject today, but Sanskritists are particularly vulnerable to certain kinds of invitations and invocations, you might say. There's a kind of a proverb in Sanskrit that says, the bullet gets stuck in the yoke because of this particular vulnerability to that sort of thing. So this is what happens to Sanskritists in this situation. And I have also looked into some of the materials on governance, economics, corruption, which are not new issues. Certainly these are issues that have come to the fore over many decades in modern India, but particularly in the last several years with the rise of a very active ground level based anti-corruption movement, Anna Hazare and Mr. Kejriwal. And so in thinking about this, I wanted to look back and see that there is a long tradition of concern with forms of governance, with honesty in governance, that goes quite far back into antiquity. And I just wanted to mention in opening here, just two elements of that. Around an operative term that occurs in certain genres of Sanskrit literature, and that term is the term shuchi, which means honest, decent, clean, open, transparent. And its derivative term shaucha, that is honesty, integrity, applied specifically to agents of government. So we see it in two ways. One is a kind of models of governance that some of the most influential and pervasively circulated texts of the Indian tradition have left for us as their legacy. And I just wanted to read you a little bit of our translation of part of this. This is just a short passage. I'm going to read a few verses from the Valmiki Ramayana, since Shao kindly mentioned it. And what we're talking about is the idealized description of a cabinet of ministers And I'm not talking here specifically, since I mentioned Ramayana, I'm not talking about this Ram Rajya. You do not have to be God to run an honest government. So this is actually the cabinet of Dasharatha. He's just king, that is the leader of his state. The king had 8 renowned ministers, incorruptible and unswervingly devoted to affairs of state. Great and majestic, learned, steadfast, they were diligent and as good as their word. They had power, forbearance, and fame, and spoke with a smile. They would never utter a false word for sake of pleasure or profit. Adept at their duties, they were tested in loyalty, so that if the occasion demanded, they would punish even their own sons. Does it sound familiar in modernity? I don't think so. They were busy increasing the treasury and maintaining the army, and did not harm even a hostile man if he was innocent. They put into practice the science of statecraft. They were protectors of all honest inhabitants of the realm. They filled the treasury without injury to the people and meted out strict punishment only after considering the gravity of a person's offense. When those honest and like-minded men sat in judgment,